Here we go. So welcome to episode 4 of the OurTeam Podcast. This has been an awesome thing we've been doing for a few weeks now. We want to keep it going. We basically created a podcast to basically accompany you during this ridiculous grind that is this season and this whole game, to be honest. As always, I'm joined by Josh and Jakel. Jakel, what you been up to recently?
Just sweating on Unlimited. I played probably 40 games in the last 3 days. But yeah, right. I've been having some awesome games on there, running into Mikhail a lot. So yeah, I'm trying to get Mikhail, try to rush to get him.
40 games in 3 days?
Yeah, 40 games in 3 days.
Have you lost any?
I've lost 2. I've lost 2 games.
Oh, you're slacking. What's going on?
Yeah, I actually lost one against one of my mates, Roman. He played me mean as, yeah. But then he wake me up and I had to invite him to another one. And then we had another good game, but yeah. I beat him that time, but I've played some damn sweats this season, man. Like
it is sweaty, isn't it? It's really, really sweaty. Josh, what you been up to?
I've kind of been all over the place. I finished, I have Mikhail already, so it's not really much for me to do. I did play a little bit limited this week, but other than that, I'm just trying to prepare myself for the qualifiers coming up.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I've been playing unlimited this week as well. Jakel basically went 12-0 on my account. I woke up one day, Mikhail was just sitting in my unopened packs, which is the dream, I think. So I'm trying to get my street cred back by actually going 12-0. So I'm 8-0 now, and I'm running my main squad a little bit as well. So that's good. I think I'm getting a little bit better at the game. We got Mosballin on later. How big is that?
Yep, Jazz does it again, pulls off one of his famous Illuminati moves. So, shout out to Jazz, and his connections. Didn't miss a single Freemason meeting. So there you go.
Yeah. I've been attending extra ones. Even I'm just there when no one else is there, just to make sure that's always going out. That's so cool, man. I can't believe we got Mosballin on the show. Like, I basically watch his streams every day on Facebook. Like, he's what I put on when I'm grinding, right? So it just kind of keeps it moving, and he always responds to every message. He's so cool, but I just can't believe on our 4th episode we've got Mosballin on. Space was awesome last week as well. Like that was so much fun.
Huge W.
I made so much MT this week. Like just off that. Like if you missed last week's episode, go watch it because you're going to make 500,000 MT this week. Cool guys. So we love it when you guys leave comments. So please leave a comment at the bottom of this video. Just let us know if there's anything you want us to discuss the following week. We always start with those people. We always credit the people that that come up with these comments. So we've got a couple of really good comments last week. So let's just run through them quickly. So Ryan sent in a message saying a good topic could be 2K seemingly constantly trying to outdo themselves with all the new cards. And he gives a couple of examples, right? So he said Boogie dropped a week after Wilt, which was a really expensive card to lock in. He mentioned that Diamond JR is basically the same as Pink Diamond JR, which was a 1 million MT lock-in. Are 2K getting carried away? And almost intentionally, it seems like as soon as a good card is released and it's popular, they release a card really quickly that outdates it.
Yeah, I think so, because it's like you made a really good point in one of your most recent videos. You said like you think 2K is doing this on purpose because we got Terry, and I guess they didn't expect him to be as good as he is. So then literally later that week, they dropped Tracy McGrady, who's known to be like one of the best shooting guards in the game, to kind of like even out the playing field. So yeah, they definitely do try to outdo themselves. Like I believe that Inferno pack drop was a huge money grab, and it's just something 2K is always going to keep doing.
Yeah, they have to do that. And it's like their way of, I don't know, it's kind of their way of saying like, we own you, like legit. I'm not even kidding. That's legit. What all they're saying is that they own us. Like they can release any card anytime. You might be your favorite player ever. You'll lock them in and they'll release another version better or just as good.
Do you think there's been a lock? Take 2K20 and 2K21. Do you think there's been a lock-in that's been worth it? I think there's been
Hondo. I think Hondo.
Shaq was a lock-in for sure. He point guard, center, could literally do everything. He was probably that, but that was like near the end of the cycle. Like that's when it doesn't matter if you lock in. But
you're just throwing your MT away.
I like that John Havlicek. Yeah, I like him because like I never use him, but I'm seeing like people really saying he could be the best Opal right now. And it's like if you're a park player, that's what I've been hearing a lot too. Like one of my friends, Kyle, said that if you're a park player and you use that Hondo card, you're gonna dominate your opponents because his dribble six are amazing. He can shoot from everywhere on the court, and especially on next gen. So yeah, definitely John Havlicek right now, and like people trying to qualify, having him on your team is gonna be like a huge edge.
You think he'll hold? You think he'll hold like value for a month?
But yeah, because you got that Galaxy Opal LeBron and Chasing McGrady a part of that set too. So it's like you're getting a lot from that set. You're getting a lot, so it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, the only lock-in I think that's ever been worth it was Goat Kareem. Like that's literally the only lock-in I've ever sort of looked at, bought the card, and then not lived to regret it. The first card I ever locked in, and this is probably the dumbest lock-in you could have ever done, but it was the first one that I did, is I locked in for that Thon Maker last year.
No. I liked it. I like LeBron. The point out of position one, right?
Was LeBron part of that set?
Yeah. No, I locked in. I thought about it, but I'm like, you know what? Thon he's pretty good, and I get to keep LeBron. I didn't plan on selling him, so I'm like, I might as well. It's just all about like how you feel about those cards from that set. Like I didn't really use Draymond or really anybody else. I literally just used LeBron and Thon Maker on my team, and that was it.
Yeah, I don't think I ever used Draymond. I used Thon for probably 3 weeks. And you think about the cost of that lock-in, like I was, never again. Never again. Okay, so we got another question from Fede, I think his name is. Sorry if I just butchered your name. I wouldn't be surprised if I did. He says, great episode. Thanks, man. He says, makes the MT grind less boring. That's absolutely true. Stick this on while you're grinding. He said you should do a list of the most annoying things in MyTeam, like losing in TT offline, bailout fouls, missing pink diamonds in TTO, ball drops. This is like a 4-hour episode, isn't it? Like just answering this question.
I could give you a list of all the things. First of all, John Morant would have his own segment. Like that Diamond John Morant would literally have his own segment, own episode. Because when I tell you I hate that card, if I see you run that card, I'm either gonna quit or I'm just gonna sweat you. It's one or the other. There's no in between. But yeah, I hate that card, man. Hate him.
Yeah. My pet thing in 2K is just bailout passes. It breaks my heart. They're so OP. He plays such great defense, and you think he's gonna shoot, and he can throw this crazy like guys like stumbling in the air, throws the ball perfectly, guy catches it like. And those passes annoy me in 2K.
Guys, can I tell you like this kind of weird reaction I'm having to playing the game right now?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many contested full whites going in. I actually think there's more contested full whites going in than open full whites right now. To the point where if I contest a shot, I'm gutted because I know it's going to go in.
I'm not even kidding. That's not a funny thing to say. That's legit. If you go watch my latest Swift game that I had, like I feel like any shot he hit, it was contested. Any shot I hit is contested. There's no.
Yeah.
No, he's not lying. I just scrimmed on Hall of Fame. I scrimmed on Hall of Fame. Yo, I played on Superstar a lot. I got a 75 contested layup and one. I made it. I'm like, what? Yo, my hand is in this kid's face, smothered from 3 and 1. I'm like, oh my God. No steady shooter or nothing, bro. I feel like recently, these last few games, a lot of contested shots been getting hit on me, and I feel like they kind of buffed it. I don't know if 2K did a little buff overnight or something, but I see a lot of contested shots going in.
Yeah, like I released a video a couple of days ago basically saying like 10 things that 2K could do better. And like 90% of people kind of agreed with what I was saying. 10% were not so friendly. Let's just put it that way. It is kind of weird as well that people like Algo, for example, right? Algo exists, right? 2K have admitted it. FIFA have spoken about it. Like every major kind of sporting game has clarified the fact that Algo exists. And the reason it exists is because if it didn't, they would lose half their fan base, right? If you're not good at the game you're loading in and there isn't an algorithm to kind of level out the game a little bit, you're just going to get battered by 100 points every game. And how long are you going to stay on it? So it's kind of designed to pick people up who do struggle with the game and get them to sort of stay invested. Like it blows my mind at this point that people still deny it exists, and the problem it is. Right now, like one of the points I made on that video is Algo shouldn't exist anymore in Unlimited, right? It made sense before. It did make sense before because, they wanted to keep people invested. But now you've got Limited, you've got XP, you've got Domination, you've got all these different modes that someone who's not as good at the game can play without kind of needing their hand held. That makes sense? Do you think Algo should be eliminated from Unlimited?
It should be eliminated, but like I doubt they ever will. Like it's always felt like this 2K. I've always been like, ever since I used to play my mate and play now games, like we used to like talk about it, how it's just you can tell when you can hit a 3 no matter what. Like you can kind of just feel like, hey, you've just missed 2 threes in a row. I'm gonna shoot this 3 and it's probably gonna go in. like whether or not I green it or not, and it usually does. And we're just like, man, there's got to be like, there's something in this game. You can play with it, man. Like if you really understand it and you can feel when the game's gonna let you hit a 3, you just shoot that 3 and it's gonna go in.
I
It's
literally
demoralizing.
did that the other day. It happened for me. Like it happened in my favor. I was playing this guy. It was a really close game. I knocked down 6 full whites with Tracy McGrady from like limitless range in the last 2 minutes.
That's the white man right there. Tracy McGrady is nothing but whites.
Even I was sitting there going like, I'm getting bailed.
Nah, like it's demoralizing. Like that, like playing against the algo sometimes, it's like you said, like imagine you're in a close game, you're really like you're skilled, right? And you're fighting like tooth and nail just to even stay in the game because the algorithm is holding you.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yo, you play great defense, a steal, like you get a bump steal or whatever, and for some reason your player doesn't grab it. He's the only one around it. He doesn't grab it.
Yeah.
And then the shot clock throws it to somebody open, just throws up a shot and it goes in. It's like, how could you really stay like locked in the game when something like this? It's hard. Like it's really like that 1% that could really just see that happen and just brush it off. But like that's tough, like especially for a casual player. And like let's say you win your 11-0 game and it's like 2K just turns the algo up to the max. Like to the max. It's not even funny, man. But yeah, that algo, they got to do something about it, man. It hurts, man. It definitely hurts. It definitely hurts.
It's hard enough playing all these sweats than playing the algorithm at the same time. I'm going to tell you what my most annoying like sort of algo situation is. You guys will know this has happened, right? This will definitely have happened to you. You know when you have like Crash the Glass on as a setting and you've got 5 kind of 6'9" and above players on the court and Amethyst Chris Paul out rebounds your whole team like 6 times in a row. Like that's when it just becomes like hilarious. Like, you know, the ball will come down, he'll grab the rebound, he'll kick out, they'll miss another shot, and it'll just keep cycling until they hit that shot, right? Like you can have 6, 7, 8 animations in a row. Like Mikhail just standing there, just staring at the ceiling.
Like the Hall of Fame rebound chaser. Hall of Fame rebound chaser versus no rebound chaser.
Yeah, it's so funny. He did mention in the comment as well, he specifically spoke about the TTO ball drops as well. Like that's something that's I find really, really annoying. Like I cannot get past that first bumper ever. Like
what? I've seen actually in one of your videos, somebody had mentioned like a little tip. I forgot what video it was. I'm gonna actually have to look back at it and tell you. But like he kind of said, like you know, you got the 2 bumpers right here, like on the inside. He said drop it at like the highest point on the side you want to go. And I've been doing that, and it's kind of been working hit and miss. But like, yo, the ball would bounce in the pink spot, bounce out, and I'm like, how does that even make sense? Like, how does that make? It's like they don't want you to get it sometimes. Like, literally, I'm like this close to getting a card. I'm like, oh yeah, it's lit. Bounce out. I'm like,
yeah. If you don't think there's like some sort of algorithm in the whole dropping the ball, man, it's a rigged bloody. That's so rigged.
Yeah.
It's like as soon as you touch X, I'm pretty sure it knows where you're going.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean it is an animation, right? It's not organic. Yeah, for sure. I had a moment the other day. So I was trying to do I was trying to actually knock out the 100 TTO games like in a row. I was literally just going to get it all done, and I think on my 3rd win or something, basically the ball reset 11 times. Actually reset 11 times. And it wasn't like those quick resets where it drops all the way to the bottom. It bounced on every peg all the way down 11 times. I think the ball drop was about 4.5 minutes, just that one ball drop. I literally went and made a coffee. I just turned it off. I was like, I'm not doing this.
It's terrible, man. That is terrible.
You just think just 400 minutes I'm going to be watching ball drops. It's not going to happen. Yeah.
Like, I think when you press X again, it kind of speeds it, like it rushes the animation. I don't know how true that is, but I feel like that's what I like when I do. If I feel like it's taking too long, I press X again, and then like it kind of like speeds through like That's how I know what Jaquel says, like they know we're gonna drop already. Because how the hell I press X? Now all of a sudden the ball drop speeds up, and I'm like, oh okay, think y'all slick. All right, but
all right, guys. Let's get into the week's content. Before we get into this week's content, let's touch on something from last week. Jaquel, you use Dishwasher on my account, right?
Yeah. And I got Dishwasher on my account now, so.
Oh, you got him as well?
Yeah, I don't have him. Great. He's great, guys.
I just left you out of that on purpose.
hey, like my whole stream, bro. My whole stream, everyone on my stream that comes in there plays, and they all say like 200, 400, some are 600 games in, and I'm just like, wow. I was like 60 on next gen, and then when I decided to come back to current gen to play first game, got him. And I was just like, wow, maybe
That's
this is where
ridiculous.
it's at. But then everyone else is on quarantine too. They 600 games in. Keep them. That is just ridiculous. They obviously lowered the rate for this player because they know how good he is now.
Right.
They had to have, because Wayne Embry was coming out like there was no tomorrow. You could get him so easy. Everyone was getting him.
Well, Terry was at the start as well, right? When Terry first dropped, like, you know, like I've got a Facebook group. I think half my group got him on the first day, including myself. I played 44 games to get him. And now it's just dry. No one is getting it. Denver played 1,000 games. 1,000
You know
games.
it wouldn't surprise me if he's not even in there right now. Wouldn't not surprise me.
Yeah. He did get him eventually, Josh, but it was well over 1,000 games.
Yeah, it's 1,200.
1,000 games. I'm not playing.
It was 1,200.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
you're looking at like
Not happening.
30, 40 hours of just offline
Get the
gameplay.
fuck-
No.
maybe more, I think. Yeah, I think even more. Like, yeah, that's become a weekly grind, like just to get that card. I mean, it's just crazy. How many games have you played, Josh?
I mean, that's the thing. I didn't really play that much games, so I'm like not too bothered. And I got Jack Marin too, who's like kind of like a step below him, and he's still pretty good. But yeah, like I'm not sitting there playing 600 games. I think I played like the 100 challenge. I think I only did like 80 something games. So like once I get to that 100 mark, that's when I'm gonna start to be like, all right, let me see a Terry. But I got a diamond consumable, and I know the percentage of you getting that is the same as getting a player card from the vault. So I'm like, listen. The next time that damn vault open, I don't want a diamond consumable. I want a Terry.
Did you get something good out of it?
No, they gave me a terrible 3-point shoot. Of course I didn't get nothing good. 2K's not gonna give me anything good from that. Of course
Just
they're
getting
getting
kicked in the teeth. How's that Marin?
Oh, he's one of the damn best. Oh my gosh, I can't like all he needs is I believe Showtime dunks and maybe Deadeye. But he has the Curry slide. He has the Larry Bird base. He's left-handed. His jump shot is really quick. He's really good, especially at the 2. He's really good.
Yeah,
Definitely good.
yeah. People are saying he's just I think you said as well. He's a slight downgrade on Dishwasher, right?
Mm.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just what I hold.
Terry is just like he's elite, and he's gonna be elite for a while. I hope we get to see him in 250K, but I really doubt it with how long we've still got. Like I feel like.
Yeah,
I
I think it'd be at least on the bench, right? I mean, I'd imagine he's going to feature heavily, right?
I'm really expecting those dark matter cards because I think that's going to be their way of like showing them off to all the casuals watching 250K.
Yeah,
really
I'm trying to think.
them.
Like before 250K last year, what was the drop just before 250K? Do you know? Do you remember? Were we at Opals?
We had Pink Diamond, Jeremy Lin.
There was a few Opals. There was a few Opals. There was
What was the first Opal? Derrick Rose, right? Was the first
the
Opal
tokens. The tokens as well.
Right.
The team, but
Brandon Roy.
I can find them. Yeah, I'll find a photo after
David
all of
Robinson.
this, and I'll show you.
Yeah, I remember.
There wasn't
Penny
but
too,
the
right?
teams weren't that great. The teams weren't that. They were still pretty mean though. David Robinson and those Opals.
Yeah, I think T-Mac was like the MVP, wasn't he, of that team?
Yeah, Pink Diamond T-Mac. Yeah, he was the Prime Series one, I believe.
But then you got to remember, like they had all the badges already done for you, like they chose, and then this year you can really like have a fully badged out.
That's the thing.
It makes it way different.
I mean, two players could be running exactly the same card, and they'd be completely different cards right now, right?
Yeah,
that's what's going to make it.
So I've gone and spent like 400,000 MT because I decided I like the players I got at the moment, and I just want to use them, and I just want to badge them out. And since I badged them out, man, they feel like total different animals. Like
that's literally what I've spent my MT on. Like the only expensive player I've got is T-Mac. But outside of that, I've spent all my MT just upgrading players. Like D Wade is badged out. Mikhail's badged out now. Like that it's the way to go. I mean, if you could spend 30K upgrading a card to basically the next tier, why would you spend 400K buying a new card? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That just gave me an idea too. Like I actually planned on making some MT, I should say, and so I can get Anthony Davis, and then maybe just use the rest of my made MT to badge out my team, and like just kind of stick with it. I don't want to keep changing my team because like 250K is like the last qualifier is approaching, so I want to kind of be comfortable with the team I have.
You're gonna run AD over Mikhail, or on the bench?
I think I'm gonna start AD because Mikhail's gonna be good like off the bench, but AD is just the damn best right now, so. I'll definitely run him.
I picked up a new backup center yesterday, but we'll get into that in a second. I
think I know who.
So excited! Yeah, I'm so excited about this card. All right, let's get into the content. So first drop this week was Josh. You called this. Bradley Beal, Pink Diamond.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was saying he deserves a moments card. I actually thought it was gonna be a moments, not throwback moments, but I'm like, yeah, there's no way Bradley Beal's balling out the way he is, and he doesn't get a Pink Diamond card. And believe it or not, he got one earlier this week, so that's actually great to see.
Yeah, what did we have? We had Beal, we had Jameer Nelson, Lonzo Mourning, Joe Caldwell. Did you guys try any of those cards?
I tried Joe Caldwell. That's just about it. And I played on Bradley Beal's account when somebody let me use the account for gameplay. Bradley Beal's actually not bad. He's like a above average defender. I like elite defenders on my team.
Yeah. Have you played against any of these guys?
Did I play any against? No, I don't think I played against Beal. But Joe Caldwell, he's good. Like, he could curry slide.
A lot of people running him.
He's really good. But you got to run him at the 3 because he only has hot zones in the corners and inside. So having him in the 3 would definitely be good. But he could definitely get to the basket at will and like move. So
yeah, fair. All right, I think the next content we got was LeBron, right? Pink Diamond.
Moments, yeah.
Rudy Gobert, Sabonis as well, the lock-in. You guys tried any of those cards out?
No, I didn't even get to see like that LeBron. I would have loved to use him, but I honestly thought his price was going to drop. Yeah, this man is going for $300K and is like 1,000 of the like. I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. Like I don't. LeBron's LeBron, but like, come on, like his price is like 300, 400K
for the Pink Diamond.
Yeah, I didn't get a cheap shit. Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
is that because of XP? Because he's basically the possessed card.
Pretty much, but better. Like, I think he has Hall of Fame. He has gold range. He's better than the possessed set, in my opinion. Stat wise, it's the same, but badges.
I ran into him. He got smoked.
Yeah.
he got absolutely lit up by Zion. Like, it was embarrassing, to be honest.
No, none of those cards are like, yeah. I don't mess with none of those cards.
I do like that Sabonis. I don't know if you've tried him.
Yeah, I've ran into him. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's free, by the way. He's quite easy to get. I think he's still available. For a day or so. He's quite easy to get. Yeah, he's a good stretch 5. Like, he's up there with kind of Brook Lopez, Bosch, like that kind of range. Definitely worth picking up. I was greening with him pretty consistently, to be honest. Like, as a guy who's not very good at shooting, he's definitely worth a pick up for free. Okay, so after that we got the flash packs, and this is like going to be 10 minutes.
Sorry. Wait, the LeBron, I actually checked. He's actually like 230, so his price did go down a little bit. He's like 240.
I think he's only up because of the XP. Once it expires, because his moments only last a couple of days, I think it'll go way down, way down.
Yeah.
We got the flash 6 packs after that, which is a heavy drop. I think it's comparable in terms of impact with the LeBron drop, the T-Mac LeBron drop.
There's look, this little Petrie, he is a ridiculous card, and he is another guy who looks like, he was a barber back in the day. And then we have this dinosaur. We have this dinosaur who they make him look like. Here's a Pink Diamond.
He's a beast.
Don't be trying to tell me he is an amethyst player, bro. 2K is just so annoying like that. Like, just make him a Pink Diamond. He is not an amethyst.
He needs 3 badges, and he can compete with any center in the game.
He needs clamps.
100%.
Yeah.
He needs clamps. I'm not sure what else he needs.
Interceptor, and there was one more. And they're cheap badges.
You give that card Interceptor with that 8-foot wingspan?
It's ridiculous.
I promise you, you're not getting any passes away. You better not pass the ball if you see
and legit, he is like, and at the moment, because of how cheap badges is pretty up, like they've gone down a lot. Like,
they're releasing badge packs and everything. I've opened like 40 this week. Yeah.
You go, like, and I know he doesn't have as many Hoff badges as most other like elite centers, but like, it just
50
don't
gold.
matter.
51 gold is a lot of good badges.
Yeah, he's got 50 badges.
And you got somebody sitting on Hall of Fame badges. They throw a couple of the like the right ones on him. Yeah, he becomes one of the.
Yeah, I seen him go for 150. Oh, it was like 150,000 MT, and it was still like, I don't know, 35 minutes to go. So he probably would have went for 200-300. He had like Hoff range. Jeez. And I think maybe I can't remember what else he had. He had one more Hoff, but it was going for like quite a bit.
Yeah, it's my favorite release. It's my favorite release this year, that card. I'm genuinely thinking, because I've got Zion at the 4 and I need to replace him because he's starting to get outdated. I'm thinking of running Mikhail and Dino with like the 2 biggest wingspans in the game.
Here's another thing. Here's another thing about him is that you put a shoe on him. You put a shoe on him, a ball handle shoe, and then you're obviously your coach. He can speed boost.
Yeah, I think he comes with quick first step.
I think you run him with D'Antoni and with Jacal said, a speed shoe and like a bowl. Because I don't see anyone with extra Hall of Fame badges. But you do that, you give him that boost, he's gonna be like so good. Like, and the fact that they gave him gold range this early in the year, man, you can't sleep on him, man. You can't play off like how you could with the Ruby. You can't. You got to definitely play up on him.
We literally said last week, didn't we, that toward the end of last year, sorry, like two of the best centers in the game were Eddie Curry and Dino Raja, and we're right back there again in January. And it's so funny as well. Like, we just started speaking about this pack drop, and there's like a Galaxy Opal Hakeem. There's Pink Diamond Melo, Pink Diamond Kyrie, and Dino is the headline. Like,
He's elite, bro. Like 6'11", and you can speed boost with him. Like, stop it.
Yeah, it's stupid. It is stupid. It is crazy. It's a crazy release. I'm gonna run him today, and I can't wait. I genuinely, like I said, if I run Mikhail, if I run T-Mac at the 3, Mikhail at the 4, and Dino at the 5, I mean, we're gonna break a record for the amount of steals I've got in a game.
Yeah, and here's the problem I have with 2K making Dino that good. They also release a Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
And it's an amethyst as well, and it is like 50% of the player. Yeah, it's like, what? How can you just do that? Like, at least make him usable.
Yeah. He was a throwaway card. You guys try any of the other cards in that set? I think you did a Hakeem gameplay, didn't you, Josh?
Yeah, I did. Hakeem gameplay.
He's got an 88 3 ball. Is that right?
Yeah. I got my ass handed to me. I'm not gonna lie. I got my ass handed to me in that game. Like, that guy. Man, I don't even want to, take anything away from what that guy did, but I just promise you, like, I was getting
I can feel your pain right now.
I was getting hoed, and a part of it is like I didn't know a lot of the players' releases, but like, come on, man, like, come on, bro, give me a freaking break, 2K. Like, it was just like, damn, you're not even being discreet with it. But yeah, like I did Hakeem gameplay. He feels pretty good. Like, the only thing I don't like about him is his jump shot. It's pretty quick.
Yeah.
He got that DeMarcus Cousins base, and like that's kind of why I sold DeMarcus. He was good, but like that shot was like, it's like.
I ran that Hakeem, from the spotlights last season. Was it the Kobe ones? Was it Kobe spotlights, right? Hakeem was one of the rewards. I ran him for like 2 months. I really liked that card, so I was quite excited about the Galaxy Opal. How much is he going for?
Who, Kobe?
Hakeem.
Hakeem, I'm gonna tell you right now. Hakeem is going for. I seen somebody got him on stream last night for like, they got him for a steal. Oh, he's like 400K. But somebody got him last night for 280. Like, if you want to buy cars, the best time to do is like when nobody's really up, because there's nobody to contest you. So it's like you can catch it for like a lower price.
Usually when I'm awake, no one's up. Yeah, that's usually how it works. I'm still running Dino over him though. Sorry, Hakeem, you have to wait until Dino's done. Melo and Kyrie, you guys tried those cards out?
I did use Melo. I did get a chance to use Melo. I could have done better with him. I realized towards the end, he actually is a starting power forward, small forward. So I feel like if I'd ran him at the 4, I definitely would have had a lot more success with him. But then and the guy I was playing was stolen. Like, how are you up 10 and you're stolen, bro? Like, the second quarter, he starts holding the ball. I hit one leaner shot, he starts holding the ball the rest of the game. I'm like, are you kidding me, bro? Like, he's letting me score, and we're not gonna get into that. But yeah, the Melo card, he's definitely good. Like, his defense and like a lot of what the comp players say is like he's not usable because of the whole corner thing. Because like if you're in a comp game, you got Melo open in the corner and you need a 3 and you get a 2, it's gonna be.
Does he step in? Does he have that animation?
Yeah, he does actually still step in. So
he's got half clamps, right? Half heart crusher. It's just ridiculous. That card is ridiculous. On paper, he's casual in the game.
Yeah, casual. He's definitely good. Like, he's a great card for like if you're casual, but competitively, you might not want to run him because of that corner thing.
That is an issue. Yeah, that Kyrie looks good as well. I know people are not great with the Kyrie cards because they don't like his jumper.
My weight in a box.
What is it?
He put my Dwayne Wade in a box.
Really?
Like, literally my Dwayne Wade cannot score on that Kyrie, and I've been playing my friend. Like, I think the most Wade had was like 11 points on bad shooting. Like, he put my Wade in a box.
Kyrie,
and I just couldn't believe it. Yes.
Yeah, we're going glitched like crazy already, aren't we? Like that is where it is. Did you say you've been using that Petrie, Jakel?
No. I've ran into him a couple of times, and that little barber, bro, he be cooking. He just seems like so. He's literally D-Wade. Like, that's what his whole build is pretty much.
Oh,
he's
is it?
Dwayne Wade. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
He's a Wade clone.
Cool.
He's a
Cool.
Wade clone.
All right, guys. Yeah, it's guest time, innit? So yeah, like we're so happy, man, that Mosballin is coming on the show this week. He's such an amazing person. He's such a huge part of our community. He's such a positive influence, and again, like same with Space last week, for him to take time out of probably the busiest schedule we've ever seen in this game, right? Is Mos to give us an hour of his time. It is just awesome. So please help me welcome Mosballin. Hey, Mos, how you doing?
I'm good. What's up? How you guys doing?
We're good. We're good. We're excited to have you on. Now, we know your grind is the toughest grind of any grind out there. So making half an hour for us is probably a bigger deal for you than anyone else. Yeah, we appreciate it, man. We really appreciate it.
No, I'm happy to be here. Happy to be here.
Cool. Like the only thing we can start with is no auction house, I think. Like, I'm in your streams every day, right? You know, we kind of go back and forth. It's kind of weird not typing right now, to be honest. I feel like I should be sending you messages. But yeah, that no auction house concept is like the craziest concept I've ever seen on this game. Like the hardest grind. Everything that's tough about 2K, you've made it even tougher for yourself. Like the standard difficulties we have. Where did it come from? Where did the idea start?
So 2K19, I started. I was spending a lot of money on packs and stuff, and then I decided to make like a no money spend account. And I was one of the first. I'm not gonna say I was the first. I'm not gonna say anything like that. But I was one of the first to start, and it started doing really well, like a no money spend account. And then I guess you know how YouTube is. People feed off each other's content, and I'm cool with that. Obviously, that's what it's made for. Yeah. So people started. Other people started doing it, and then a lot of us had no money spent accounts. And I was like, all right, so I'm kind of just wanting the same as everybody else, and I kind of wanted to do something different. So I remembered the year before, someone commented on my like video and was like, "Oh, I don't actually have an auction house." And I was like, "Okay." So that like came into my mind, and then I started doing some research, and I found out there was actually at that time I think there was 3 countries that had it banned.
Yeah,
now I'm pretty sure there's.
Holland,
Holland is the main one that like everyone knows because I guess they have a big community for it. But so now I was like, all right, so actually that'll be kind of fun. Like you have no control over who you use. And I started it in 19. I didn't have that many viewers back then, so it was kind of hard just making that much, like putting that much effort into it. Yeah. So I waited the year after, and then it kind of just took off. Everyone loved it, and I've had a lot of fun with it, honestly.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of weird to watch because I have this combination of like it's just awesome series to watch because it's so unique. And then I have this like crazy anxiety when I see you quick sell a pink diamond. Does that get any easier like now?
I honestly, it's just been in my head since the start. I told myself, even if I pulled a card that was worth $1 million, if I pulled 2 of them, that's just what it is. I'll either worst case scenario, instead of quick selling, I said maybe like in my head, I'm like, maybe I put it up for the community for 500. Other than that, like I told myself I was going to quick sell no matter what. So it's been all right.
I still get annoyed when I lose 50 MT.
So you're the one throwing up all those snipes. You're the one throwing up all those snipes. That's you.
My auction house has not been used, but I said it might one day.
That's the ultimate willpower right there to not want to sell their card. Like there's so much MT.
Yeah. I mean, you literally have people like that have entire YouTube channels about preserving MT, and then you've got Miss Amazon quick selling like Galaxy Opal LeBron because you got 2. Like it's just mad. Is it easier this year than last year? No auction house.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Like when I started this year, I started season 3. I didn't want to start earlier. It's too hard because you can't really keep up with anything. Yeah. So I started season 3. There was a lot of locker codes. Then like the Baron Davis grind was easy. You guys saw like John Morant. It was just so easy to get him. I got him first day I started, and then he was just competitive. So last year I think it was a lot harder to be competitive. Yeah, especially without an auction house. So this year has been very enjoyable. I think my no auction house team might be better than my actual main squad that I've been playing every day with. So.
Yeah, for sure. Josh hates that Jar Morant card because he hates running into it. Like Moss is the guy that you would hate run into. Like he calls him Jar Jar, and he just went crazy for like 2 months with that card.
I will send double teams. I will send zones. I refuse to let him score. I hate that card so much.
I don't blame you, man.
You have you seem to have more luck on your no auction house account than your other account, right? Like, do you think there's a reason for that? Do you think there's some algorithm built into that? Like you pulled that J.R. Smith, didn't you, recently? I saw.
Yeah, I think 2K, honestly, like we're probably not supposed to talk about this though, but I'm pretty sure 2K honestly helps like accounts that don't play too much. Like if you're a new account, they try to boost your odds. I think they really do stuff like that for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Moz, how do you do it, man? How do you balance all of this? Like, you've got no auction house, you've got your regular account, you're streaming, you're making not only YouTube videos, but hour-long YouTube videos that require editing as well. And you're doing the podcast right now, so you're obviously doing other things on the side. How do you do it, man? Like, I have one YouTube channel and I'm exhausted. Like, I don't understand how you find time to do all of this.
I mean, first of all, this podcast is not taking any of my time. Don't worry about it. But I don't know. It's just I guess I'm looking at a big picture, and at the end of the day, it's like, I know, especially during this time, everyone's home, nothing to do. So my grind has been more focused since we sat home. Like, before that, maybe I was taking the day off here or there, but now it's like, I know some people rely on me. I love the comments I get most of the time. So it's like, I feel like I have a responsibility to upload and all that. So if my mental is not great, I know I'm still pushing, and I'm trying to do my best for other people. So
yeah,
I'll definitely like your channel for that. Like, I used to watch you like when I first, because like, I don't know if it's the same, but it's harder to kind of keep up with other content creators when you make your own content. But before I started, I definitely did watch your channel. There was sometimes I even tuned into your YouTube streams, like, back in the day, and like your content is definitely enjoyable. So I could definitely see how your following's growing, and like the interactions. I noticed that you would put like an intro that your subs made in the beginning of your videos. I noticed that. I thought that was so dope, man. That was like so cool. Like, seeing different little kids on that. That was definitely cool, man. Keep it up.
Yeah. The outro guy on your last video was a legend. The guy that opened the pack.
yeah.
It was so funny. Yeah, he was great. How are you finding Facebook gaming? You were on Twitch before, right?
Yeah. First of all, thank you, Josh, for what you said, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
The whole Facebook gaming, I was on Twitch for almost 3 years.
Right.
Almost 3 years. Started from the bottom, for real. And like, way before I even, like, my YouTube wasn't doing well at all. I just was completely done with content back in 2K18. And like, I really hated 2K18. I quit video games for 3 months. Like, no one understands that. Like, completely.
Really?
I was like, I'm gonna focus on my life. That's where I was at.
Then you realized your life was video games. Yeah.
Yeah. Not even. There was people that were like, that's when Fortnite was a thing, and people kept telling me like, yo, start playing Fortnite. I was like, I really can't do this. Like, I don't really want to. And then when I first got into it, like, I just loved it. And someone was like, yo, just start streaming, man. You got a good personality or all this other stuff. He's like, so I started. I enjoyed it a lot. And then I started doing well like a year later, all that other stuff. And then it was a hard switch, to be honest. But I felt like I was at a point in my life where I felt like I did everything I could on Twitch. So it's time to maybe start something new, just for a little bit, test it out. And I've been enjoying it for the most part. It's definitely different, but I like it.
Yeah, I mean, Jaquel and Josh both stream on Twitch. Like, would you recommend the switch or?
Honestly, I think Twitch is the best place to start. I think it is. I don't think I would have switched that at all. I think if anyone's starting to stream, Twitch is not the easiest, but it's like it's the standard, or I don't know how to really explain it, but that's the place to stream for sure. Like, I wouldn't recommend YouTube or Facebook over it to start at all.
I started on YouTube, actually. I had started YouTube, and that kind of helped me with my sub following. But then I was like, you know what? I feel like if I'm the amount of people I have in this stream right now, if I did this on Twitch, I could get affiliates soon. I dedicated like a month and a half about. I finally got affiliates, so I'm definitely seeing the growth in it. And it's fun, even if you're not making that much, just having like a small community that interacts with you is definitely wholesome. So I definitely agree with that.
Yep, I'm with you on that. Yeah, YouTube. I feel like YouTube just has so much more potential in the streaming industry, but they focus too much on videos. So I don't really recommend that as a place. I tried to stream there for a while. That was also where I started, but Twitch is definitely the streaming platform. I hope I don't.
Yeah, I was on Facebook for a while. Like, I started on Twitch, then went to Facebook. I actually had a really big stream on 2K. This 2K about current gen when it first came out, because it comes in New Zealand first, so we get it like, I don't know how many hours before.
That's how I found you. Yeah, I found you.
I had like 200 viewers for that whole stream, but like, it didn't really carry over. It's just, Facebook's a weird one. It's like, people can really skim over your videos so easily, where Twitch, it's like they go to watch streams. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So
yeah, I think the communities are very different. Like, I watch streaming on Twitch. Majority of streaming I watch on Facebook, and there's actually a reason, and I think it reflects in your community, Moss, because I think your community is really unique. Like, I'm part of it, I guess, right? I love being in those streams. I think the fact that people are using their actual names, because that's the thing with Facebook, really changes the culture of like what people are prepared to say and what they're not prepared to say, and they're not hiding behind the username. Like, do you agree with me? Like, do you think that's the case?
Yeah, for sure. And that's also one of the reasons I kind of switched, not because I wanted to see people's names, but like on Twitch, the one thing I really didn't like is, especially when you become like a little bigger as a streamer, people come and troll all the time. And it was just so hard to like, if you could ban someone, they could make another account in like seconds, or they already had one ready and all this other stuff. And they're always hiding behind something. You never know who's who. But here, I felt like on Facebook, if I ban someone, I'm never seeing them again. To make a new Facebook account and join the stream, like no one does that. So I've definitely noticed that for sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like I noticed, I think you were there, Jazz. Like there was a guy who just came. Like it was like I finished playing the game. He just came being toxic for no reason. I'm just like what the hell are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like people just, and I'm not even as big as you, so it's like the trolls start early. So I definitely agree with that. And like Facebook, it gives you more of like a one-on-one connection because like you said, you've seen the person's real name. It's kind of more of like I don't want to say more genuine, but it's like authentic interaction. So it's definitely dope with that.
It's quite funny because you two live quite close to each other, and both of you, when you get angry, sound exactly the same. It's both equally as scary and both equally as rare as well. Like, Moz, your community, like you carry yourself a certain way, right? And it's the main reason I watch you, to be honest. I just love your energy. You're so positive. Like in the face of, like I said, the toughest grind, and there's a lot of things that can happen. Like, was that your goal when you set out, like just to create this culture? Because it's so different from anywhere else. And like for me, when I'm grinding, I always have your stream on. I dip in and out of the comments, but I watch most of what happens, and it's just so positive in a community that isn't a lot of the time, right? Like you seem to have cornered like a huge, part of this market, which is entirely positive. Like, was that a goal? Is that what you set out to do?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Now, I think it was a goal in the start. Like, I definitely started with that goal, but some of the 2Ks are so toxic and people are so toxic that I went away from it. And sometimes I have to like put myself back in check when like I get away from it. But I know like people love the whole raging and trolling and all that. But I just feel like there's so much negativity in the 2K community. And I've said this before and people took it the wrong way. I'm not saying we're all toxic. I'm not saying we're all negative or any of that. But there is a big portion of our game that is, or our community that is. And I felt like if I could just change that little by little, or just like one guy I play, if I'm nice to him or I quit for him or whatever the case is, maybe that'll carry over to someone else and we could change it little by little. Because at the end of the day, it's a game that we all love. And I don't like the aspect of how, I'm not even saying that we try hard or any of that stuff, but we're just so toxic in ways that we shouldn't be. And I just wish that I could change that little by little and help people throughout their days.
I think you do, man.
Community is toxic. The community is very toxic. Like, people, like I lost a dude, and normally when I hate losing. I'm not gonna lie, I hate losing. But like I was like, all right, you know what? I got outplayed. I went on the mic. I was like, yo, GG's, bro. And then this guy, he just was being so unnecessarily toxic. I'm just like, why, bro? Like you're winning. Like, what more do you want? Like what more? You won. You got it, bro. I'm saying you got it. You're being, but yeah, I definitely like having somebody that wants to change that. And like Jazz too. I feel like Jazz, like his community, like his Facebook group, they are the best. Like I told them, because before I do gameplays, and like it's harder for me to compete with other content creators because they always have people that's willing to give their accounts. I kind of reached out on a page, and like 2 or 3 people allowed me to go on their account and do the gameplay. So it was definitely dope to see like the community willing to help a small content creator like myself.
Yeah, for sure. Jakel is quite funny as well with this stuff because he is like top 0.1%. Like he got on my account like recently, and he actually went 12-0 on my account. And it made me feel bad, like, about my players. Like, I was like, oh, that's what they're supposed to do. I get it now. But he gets so much hate. It's so funny. And the way he deals with it, because he knows how good he is. He uploads a compilation. You literally uploaded a compilation this week, right, of, like, people raging when they're playing against you. You can hear them smashing controllers and everything. And he's just like, GG's, bro.
Yeah. I can deal with the best because, like, it's nothing to me. Like, I enjoy it, but like at the same time, I do feel like saying to them, like just relax. Like, it's not that. I don't even have to say anything. I will just I'll fake plug my mic in, they'll see my mic, and then that just sets them off. You know what I mean? They're off running. I don't even got to say one word, and then it's just like, come on, man. I do get it though, but the community's been brought up like that. That's just over the years, man. Like the more people get better at the game too, they get real egos. It becomes this, you know what I mean? Like you'll get a guy who 5 outs, and then I don't know what you do something else that's cheesy, and he'll call you out like you're just doing that, and it's just like, come on, man. we're all abusing something. That's what the game is.
As patient as you are, boss, I think your threshold for like losing it is probably higher than anyone else's. I do love it when you lose it. I'm not gonna lie. Like 2 days ago on stream, that guy started to. I left a comment, didn't I? I think when you threatened to kick him in the throat, like that was one of the funniest insults.
Hey man, that never happened, man. That didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about.
The funniest thing is, it got really heated. That their boss was like, "All right, put some money up," and he was like, "I know who you are, man. I'm out." He didn't blink at getting kicked in the throat, but the idea of putting money up, he was gone like immediately.
Yeah, trust me, Moss, it's not as bad as me. I raged probably worse than that the other day. Like, they didn't hear what the guy said to me, but what he said on that mic just it made my skin crawl. I said, nah, whoa. I said, you can't be saying stuff like this to me. Like, I got set off. I had to, like, you know what? Let me just calm down. But I was still tight about it. So I definitely know how it gets, like, this community, man. I mean, but like, if they like it, you know, I try to refrain from it to kind of like hold myself to a positive image, but it's tough sometimes, man.
That's what's so great, boss. Like what you've created, like it's just not there. Like it's so often, and even when it does get heated or whatever, someone jumps into the comments. It's always funny. Your community like squash it really quickly. It's joke. But are we ever gonna get a Toxic Moss series, man? I'm campaigning for this. Like, I want a series where you do all of the things that you hate in this game.
So 2 years ago, I did it, and I did it perfectly, right? The whole Caesars thing, everybody loved it. And then last year,
I remember you was like, you would like purposely line up glitch to go against people. Yeah, I remember that. I definitely remember that.
So 2 years ago, I think I did it perfectly. Last year, I did it so bad where I kind of looked like I was cheesing people instead.
Yeah.
And I got negative, I guess, comments. And then usually I'm fine with that. Like, you know, you get the good and the bad. But it was just so bad. And I felt like I was a cheeser for a second. And I don't know. I just haven't gotten back into it. Plus, those videos actually take me so long as well. But yeah. I'm thinking maybe we could try something soon. I said I would this year.
I would love to see that. I definitely used to love those videos. Like, you get on the mic. I'm like, oh, look at this old road cheese. I'm like, oh, man, here we go. I said, let's go. I said, let's go.
Yeah, the thing is with me, like, I'm quite new to the game. I only started playing my team in March last year, so I still do all of this stuff now. Like, I do it to get ahead because I'm just rubbish at the game. But like, there's always that little part of my mind where you're like the angel on my shoulder. I don't know if you're the angel or the devil. You're one or the other. Just telling me, you shouldn't be doing it. I put a gameplay up the other day of me overall glitching on it, and people went crazy in the comments. I found it so funny. Mate, I'm going to give you a list of I think the 4 things that you find the worst. I want you to rate them from 1 to 100.
Okay.
About how much they annoy you.
All right. I'll try to be as honest as possible.
Yeah. I want to see which one's the most annoying. So 5 outing, how much does that annoy you?
It depends, honestly. So it all depends on their cards. So like if you got Ben Simmons at the 1 and you see that I'm using Baron Davis on my no auction house, oh man, I get ticked off. Because like there's no way I can stop you. Like there's literally 0 way. And you know that. Yeah. So if our teams are even and you feel like you could do that to me, go ahead. I don't mind. But when our teams aren't even and you know you're just going to abuse the speed boosting and all that, then I get really heated. You saw it the other day for sure. That happens all the time. Out of 100, I'll give it an 80 because it depends on the moment, I guess.
Okay, all right. Sometimes you don't mind it. All right, off-balling. I reckon this is going to be high.
So, off-balling. So since my team is better, I really don't mind it. I know I say it all the time that I do mind, but yeah. Well, when my team is bad, oh man, I hate it. Especially if your team's better than me and I can't get past you with the clamps and all that. And I'm using guys that can't shoot, like in limited. And I know people are gonna do it no matter what. So, if you asked me this question last year for sure, I would have definitely told you 100. I think now it's also situational. It's situational for sure. Since my team is better, I got Jameson now on my no auction house. He's been lighting it up, so I don't mind it as much. You could call it pick and roll if someone's off one, but it's still up there. I'll give it an 85 because it's more than the last one for sure.
Yeah, you should see me try and play on-ball defense, man. It's bad. I do try it now and then. It lasts about 10 seconds. I'm like, yeah.
I mean, it's almost impossible to on-ball. Yeah, I'll give you that. It's almost impossible, especially with how good cards are now. Yeah. But at least switch on and off. I'm like, the thing that really ticks me off is people that like hard off ball, which is like whenever you pass it to anyone, they get off that person. Like that's the thing that really ticks me off.
Yeah. For me, paint sitting, like that form of off ball,
that
100. Like, I can't stand it. Yeah, I mean, it's just the weirdest thing to see on the court. Like,
especially sitting in the wings and corner, like for that bump steal. Man, I would throw my controller, especially on limited, bro. I would hate it, man. Hate it.
Yeah, it's always so funny for me when someone paints it as well, especially now we've got really good shooting cards, right? Shooting centers, Mikhail, and we've got Dino now, a few others. So now you're just in that moment where as soon as you come up against a paint sitter, you knock down a three from the corner, and you can literally see them have no idea what to do next. The defense just falls apart. You can see the only thing they've ever learned to do is sit in the paint. It makes me laugh. What about overall glitching, overall cheesing?
Oh man. I mean, everyone can run whatever they want. At the end of the game, like at the end of the day, it is a game, like we said, and people are trying to enjoy it. But nah, I don't like that at all, because especially if your team is better than anyone else. Like last year, I don't know if you guys like really watched my No Auction House last year. I used to play an overall cheeser every single game.
Yeah.
Every single game, and their team, like all 5 of them, were better than my whole squad. And there's nothing you could do, and they know that. I know that. Like 2K's not gonna help me in that. And I used to sweat every single game, so I hated it. And that's why that whole original cheesing cheeser started years ago. It's because that's what was happening.
On the No Auction House, it's extra tough, right? Because you're like running this kind of.
The reason it's a problem is because they you can run a 5-man and then they don't even lose energy. Like they for some reason have more stamina than your team, and you're running a bench. Like that's the big problem.
Yeah, and that's where it comes from. Like I agree with you 100%. It's 2K's fault. They need to switch the stamina thing. Like you see the Gatorade symbol, but it doesn't affect the game at all. Like at all.
Yeah.
Some of them play better when they're on Gatorade.
Yeah.
Yo, I thought I was bugging. Oh my god. Yo, I was in the game from I have a full 10-man lineup. Second quarter comes. I'm like, oh, he's tired. I should put my foot on the gas. The bench come in, they get trampled. I'm like, nah, time out. Like, starters got to come back in, man. Terrible.
Yeah, like I used to do it a lot because, like I said, I'm just new at the game. I got fed up of just getting blasted every game, like running into these god squads. I didn't really know how to generate MT, so I just kind of got into a habit of it. But now, like, I started using my main squad more, and actually I'm enjoying the game more. Like I am. This week I was running like, 10-man squad, and I started using like all the cards. It's kind of pointless having the cards. That was the biggest realization I came to. It's pointless having all these good cards if you're not going to use them. And the more you use them, the better you get. So I think anyone who does overall cheese, the thing I'm getting to is if you stop doing it and actually just start using your main cards, you might have, I don't think you realize how much you progress, like how quickly you progress. And there's a fear of going back to it, right? Oh no, I'm going to run into Mosballin or Jaquel or Josh and just get blown out. He's going to tell me he's going to kick me in the throat when I don't do well. But yeah, if you just go back to it, like I realized I'd upskilled so much since the last time I was running my main squad. Okay, this is the one I'm looking forward to. 1 to 100 of Paul's cheesing.
Oh, that's my biggest take, man. That is it. And that's been in the game since forever. Like forever. Yeah. Like I remember playing 2K12 and that happening, and like 14 and like all these 2Ks back in the day. And it's a little trigger that makes no sense. And if someone that doesn't play 2K in my house sees me getting mad over it, they're like, yo, what's going on? Like, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
It's a taunt. It's like a taunt. Like
terrible. It is. I'm like, he's so disrespectful. They're like, oh, so stop taking the disrespect. I'm like, no, I don't care. If I'm playing 2K like this. Like usually I'm literally laid back, especially when I'm streaming. Like I'm chilling. 99% of the game. I don't care if I'm in unlimited. I don't care what's going on. You pause cheese me, I'm up like this. That fourth quarter there, like it's over. Especially if you're beating me, like it's over for you.
Yeah. And it used to be worse. It used to be worse because there never used to be limits on how many times you could do it. You could just keep pausing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you know what's even worse? Someone reminded me recently that you used to be able to show instant replays. No, if you were playing online, so someone would just literally taunt you with the play over and over and over
that's
again.
So toxic.
I remember 18 was the first time that happened to me. I didn't upload content till like last year, but I would like post my little clips on my Facebook, just flexing. And it was this dude. I remember he shot a shot with Curry. It was 18. He said he paused it. He said that shit greening in the bitch. I was like, oh my god. And it's like it's a 1-point game. I was like, oh, word? I said, I'm about to hit a game winner. And I ended up hitting the game winner. But it was like That was like I definitely feel you, like the pause season. Even if I'm winning, like, why are you pausing? Like, you're losing. What the hell are you doing? Like, when I get a little dunk animation, I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you're losing. Like, and it makes me more mad. So I definitely understand that, man. Definitely understand.
I don't know what they're trying to say. I never understand what someone's trying to say. Like, I don't know if they're trying to say, well played, or they're insulting my mother. I literally have no idea what the pause means. The funniest one for me is when they get a good animation. That's the one that cracks me up. Like, you ran to the rim and you press square and you got a good animation, and that's the time to pause. You had no control over that situation. Like, you literally just triggered an animation. It's got nothing to do with you. It's just weird.
Let me tell you some stuff that happened last year. So I'd always wait. If someone pause cheese me, I'd wait till the end. Like, I'd beat them, I'd make sure I win, and then obviously I'm sitting them through the timer. Like, you're getting the longest pause of your life. You're never pausing again. That's how I used to feel. Like, I'd be so toxic. So I'd pause the last shot. Obviously, I'd make them sit there, and then maybe 2 or 3 times they would pause back after I paused, and they just sit me through the timer. And I'm so toxic. Like, well, I can be. I try my best not to be, but I can be. That if you do that to me, I'm sitting you through that timer for the rest of the day. Like, I'm not clicking quit. I'm not clicking continue. If you want to just sit there, I'll load up my other system and I'll continue streaming on there. And that happened to me one time, and we were on the game for over 8 hours, both of us. Like, bro, the same game that I won, we were just staying there, both of us, man. No lie. That's how this community is.
Yeah, that proves the point of how toxic it is. Like, if someone can do that to you as well, like if they combat you, you're pretty much just showing like people will do whatever on this game. It don't matter.
Yeah, it happened recently on your stream, Moss. Do you remember when you loaded into the game and the guy did the lineup thing, got stuck on 99%? It was he just sat there like for 4 hours. Moss looked him up, like he found out what college he went to. This is before they'd even started the game. Moss had all his, like, he was ready to steal his identity. But you got like all of us in the stream, like just watching Moss staring at a screen. For 4 hours, and it was just brilliant. Just watching him react to this guy doing this was like,
that was terrible last year. I remember that glitch last year where they would like do something to the lineups, and you would get I will never forget. I remember this dude did that to me, and that's when 2K like they cracked down on everybody doing it and started banning them. I remember like I'm on my 6-0 game, and going 12-0 was so hard last year. 6-0 game. I'm all right, but I'm feeling good. I'm hot right now. He did that to me. I said, no. I said, please, no. He did it. I texted him. I was like, yo, bro, I'm going to get you banned. I just said that to scare him. The game ended up starting. He's like, yo, bro, like it took like probably 30 minutes. The game ended up starting. But later that day, I guess he got banned. He said, yo, bro, why would you do that? I didn't even do anything. I said, look, it all worked out in the end, man. It all worked out in the end. You did it to yourself.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Moss, how are you finding the content this year? It's moving at like a crazy pace, right? Like,
yeah, I'm loving it. I think this is the best year we've had content. I think they're giving us something to do all the time. You guys know I don't open packs and stuff, but at the end of the day, like I love that whole season stuff, like leveling up. Yeah. I'm loving just the variety we're getting. Like we're getting guys that we never heard of in our lives, and they're some of the best cards in the game. They're literally. So it's kind of cool. I love what they're doing, especially that right now the NBA kind of just started. Like the season's weird. Yeah, and I really like the direction 2K's moving in. Like,
I think they had to get away from the whole going with moment cards and stuff like that. It was a bit too relying on the NBA. Like they've done well, like with all these like legends. It's cool. You make everyone like look up who the hell is Terry Dishwasher. You know what I mean? Like, and that's good. That's good for the whole of the NBA. It's like you got to learn. I want to learn more about some of these old school players, but like, I don't know who Wayne Embry was. You know what I mean? Yeah. All gone 2K.
Apparently, he was the best center that's ever played the game.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I thought I knew my history until this year. There's at least 4 players that are pretty new that I didn't know.
Yeah. 100.
The XP is really good for No Auction House, isn't it? For content. Like, do you think you'll ever get to a point where you complete it on No Auction House?
I'm doing it this season. I'm speaking it into existence.
Really?
What level are you?
I'm doing 32. It this season.
You're like a level 32, right?
I'm 32 right now.
You're higher than me, and I've been actually trying to. I don't know if I can even do this. Like Wade grind took a lot out of me. I don't even know, man. I don't know.
I'm planning to get Wade on both accounts, but honestly, I'm at a point where I play so much more on my No Auction House than my main squad. Yeah, I'm just locked in right now.
Yeah, you seem to enjoy it more as well, No Auction House, right? Like over the squad.
Like you said, the whole playing with players you're not normally gonna play with. Like half the guys on my team, I would never play with on my main squad. Like Aaron Gordon, everyone talks down upon him, but he's like my favorite player on that team or one of.
Yeah.
There's just so many cards that I like wouldn't touch or even think about, and I'm just enjoying it. So it's kind of cool.
You're gonna go for that Dino Raja in the packs now. I reckon it's guaranteed you pull him, right?
The Flash 6, I've never pulled anything from Flashes. They're so
Really?
bad. They're so bad.
The odds is terrible.
I think they're the worst odds, like by far. And
Not even close. It's not even close.
Mos, you got this intros, outros thing going on your channel right now. Like it's proper amazing. Do you want to just tell people about it in case they missed it? Like I think it's really cool, man.
Yeah. So I know like a lot of people always comment on my videos like yo, or like people say that makes their day and all that stuff. And I was like, I kind of want them to be involved in my videos in a sense. So I started telling people to email me with like little intros. They can say kind of whatever they want, more or less, but hit me with the yo, like introduce, whatever. And then with the outro, so they could be in the videos, they could see themselves in it. And they could feel more a part of the community, if anything. Like it's been a lot of fun. I've gotten a lot of submissions. I've tried to go in order. There's still a lot I haven't used. So if anyone's watching that hasn't been used yet, I'm sorry. You can always email me, and I'm sure it's going to be used one day.
Yeah. We'll record ours this week and send them to you for sure.
Sounds good.
I'm going to mention some toxic Mos quotes in the intro. Mos, like, we're running out of time, man. Like it's been so awesome to speak to you. I just wanted to see what your plans are for 21. Like what's the plan for the rest of the year?
Oh, I kind of said this on stream. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with it, but I'm thinking of retiring my no money spent team. I haven't really been uploading on it.
Right. Okay.
And I think we had a good run, but I'm not even that competitive on it anymore. Like I'm kind of losing games because I'm not used to my players no more. I'm not buying the new players. I'm kind of just, I've had the same team for almost a season now. Right. So I think it's time to lock in on the no auction house.
Yeah, man.
And have fun with it throughout the year. Because I know
that's your best series, bro. That's your series there. That's legendary, right? Like I reckon you're the
iconic.
You're the trendsetter for that. So
I appreciate it.
That's your stuff.
I mean, every time you ask the comments on Facebook, would you want to see no auction house or not? And it's just NAH all the way through. That's all people want to see. Yeah. It's awesome.
What time is stream today, man? I gotta make sure I stop by. Gotta see if I can catch Toxic Moss.
Nah, there's no toxicity today. I was pretty bad yesterday.
I caught the end of the stream yesterday. You just got like a load or something. Like, he probably did get it out just today. Just chilling. Did you get him, Terry? And the vault?
Not yet.
Jesus God. I don't think he exists, man.
There's one picture of him floating around, and it's from a developer, and everyone's posting it.
Yeah, it might not be a real person. They might, Mos, thank you so much, man. Listen, honestly, like I watch your streams, like I said, daily. It's a really positive sort of part of my life, and it's a tough time right now for everyone. Hanging out with you for 8 hours and typing into a message box is probably the highlight of my day. But getting to speak to you, the other guys have been so excited all week as well, man. To get to speak to you is just awesome. We'd love to get you on again, man. We really appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, anytime, for real. Like I haven't laughed like this in a while. Like I haven't enjoyed it. So this was a genuine conversations and stuff. So I appreciate you guys having me for sure.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you, Handy.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank you, man. Take care, right?
Yes, sir.
Cheers, buddy. Guys, how awesome was that? Like, that's proper bucket list stuff for me to tick that off, man. I've always wanted to have a conversation with Mos, just to have a conversation with him, not for the content or the podcast or anything else, just to talk to the guy, because I always knew it'd be one of the most fun conversations I've had, and it was. He was just so awesome to talk to.
Yeah, he's a legend. He's a legend, bro. I respect that dude so much. Like, he is a genuine content creator. He is all about the people, and like that's awesome to see.
Yeah, he's so unique, isn't he? He's just so different. Like it's really inspiring. I mean, the whole look at Curry, man, so inspirational. I think we need to try and transfer that.
look at Moss, man.
Yeah, I've got to transfer that to Moss.
So balling, man.
yeah. I'm looking forward to putting an intro and outro video together. We should all do that. We should definitely do that. Like,
that'll be dope.
100.
Send one to him. All right, guys. So we've covered so much stuff in this podcast. There's only a couple of things left, but let's just tick them off because I think there's a couple of other things that are worth talking about before next week. The first one, guys, is the XP agenda grind. Is it still worth it?
I don't know, bro. It's kind of like up in the air, and it's really all depending on if you got Terry or not, and like it's like what your team needs. Me, I'm kind of looking forward to getting. I mean, I have a badged out Paul George, so I could use Kawhi. It wouldn't hurt to have him. Do I need him? Not necessarily. Would I like to have him? I mean, why not? You know what I'm saying? So it's really all preference right now.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if I can finish it. I'm like level 31 and I kind of slowed down.
That's
So.
the problem.
It always
That's
is.
the answer to that question. The why not is, can you be bothered to grind out another 100,000 XP?
It depends. Yeah, it depends on what. It's all on 2K. It's on what they decide. If they update that card, then yeah, he's gonna be worth it. He'll be the best small forward.
I don't know, man. Like for me now at this point, like I was way behind, and this is the funny thing because Josh, I know you're behind as well, and most people are. Like the motivation to get Kawhi isn't the same as the motivation to get Wade. That's definite, right? But then there are people that still want to get him. But Jay Canada put up a post yesterday just saying he's done, like he's just had enough. The big question here for me, guys, is this grind, all of it is over the top, right? And again, I mentioned this in a video the other day, and people kicked back on it. Someone literally posted back going, "The grind's perfect. I love the fact that I've got to do 150."
Yeah. Some people try to tell me. I've seen comments like, "You only need an hour or two of your day."
Yeah, it's nonsense.
And I'm like, get out of town, boy. Ain't need no hour or two. If it was that easy, everyone would do it.
Yeah.
150k XP, which is literally a 6-week grind for a few hours a day. Let's be honest. Unlimited is now up there with being a similar grind. It's almost something you just have to fit in around the XP agenda, right? It's not something you really do anymore. Like Unlimited was the thing that you used to do, right? You used to go 12-0 and then everything else was kind of secondary. Now you're trying to squeeze in like 100 odd games to get Kevin McHale as like this inconvenience to the fact that you're trying to do the XP. And then Limited is equally as disruptive, right? Because you literally can't take a weekend off the game. If you
that's
go
what I'm trying to say.
weekend,
That's what I'm trying to say to people. Like, it's if you aren't playing for the 250k, then why are you going for these cards? Like, you do not actually need them. Like, there's so many other, and you go and enjoy the game. Like, go get better at the game. Like, why you want to get Kawhi if you're not even going to play unlimited?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's for me. Like, that's why I'm conflicted at. Like, I want to try to qualify, and it's like, all right, having Kawhi would be nice, but do I really want to sit here and like drive myself nuts playing offline, which is gonna even throw me being prepared for 250k in the first place? So it's like
that's a really
it's
good
like
point.
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm conflicted, and it's like
And the biggest gut
250K
punch
done?
would be biggest gut punch is if they release that Kawhi, like everyone starts to get it finally, and then they release another small forward that's just as elite. Then it's just like you could have just been saving MT this whole time and just practicing. That's all you could have been doing.
Right.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Josh, because like for me, I really struggle going between offline and online because I'm so delayed in the EU servers, just horrible, basically. So it's an entirely different gaming experience. Like playing on Superstar offline is easier than me playing online because at least it's consistent. So that constant switch, I put this in a video like 6 months ago saying that one of the best ways to be better at playing online is go online and stay online, right? Get used to that gameplay. And yeah, you're constantly having to switch back and forth. Then you've got 250k coming up. You're getting into bad habits and you're mistiming releases and all of this stuff. That's a really amazing point. The big question here is people are clearly suffering from fatigue, right? Josh, I reckon you're the same as me. I got way behind on the XP grind because I just couldn't be bothered. Like you said, Wade took it out of you, right? And it did with me as well. And I didn't do Curry or Blake. It was just Wade that it was too much. It was just too much. And then I got into this season, I started strong, and then I just gave up. For like 5-6 days, I was doing the dailies. I wasn't really doing anything else. And then the other day, I went and got 20,000 XP in a day to catch up. So I'm at like 35 now or something like that. I've caught up. But if we're feeling like this in January, is this sustainable for another 8 months? In 3 months from now, if you've got some of the biggest YouTubers on the planet already given up on it, Josh, people like me and you don't want to do it. Jaquel was never interested in doing it in the first place. Is anyone going to care about XP agenda in 2 or 3 months? Or is it just going to gradually die out?
I feel like the season agenda really kind of was just basically to help people with 250k. I feel like that's what it really was. I feel like after this season, they're gonna. I don't know who. Like I don't have any predictions at the moment. They're gonna drop a card that is so damn good that you're gonna be like, I just must. It doesn't matter what it like. And that's something, a point my friend actually made. Me and him was arguing about it, and I kind of understand what he means now. Like when Curry came out, he was undisputably the best point guard for like 1, 2, 3 seasons, like before Wade even came out.
Yeah.
And it's like if you're getting a season 40, a levels 40 card, that should be the best card in the game if I'm gonna put this much time into it.
Yeah,
and I feel like it should be more rewarding. Right, yeah. Like I feel like he should have some type like that should be the undisputed. Like shouldn't be even cards coming close to how good he is. And like I definitely agree. I agree with him. And like I was kind of arguing, I'm like, no, Wade is good, but like looking at it now, there's so many other like replacements you could use for Wade if you didn't get him. And it's like, it's kind of annoying because I'm like I put in all this time for Wade, and like now I probably can't even use him next season. So it's like I feel like they got to just step it up with these season.
I feel like 2K, I feel like 2K might have a little bit of a switch up in like how much of a grind it is next season because it'll be after 250k. Yeah, I think once that's done, they might be like making it a bit easier, maybe chucking some more ridiculous cards in there. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like level from 37 or 38 to 40 should be like a couple cards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it shouldn't just be that much of a grind after 250k. Why? I understand for now, but then they've got to like almost just release that stress and make level 40 easy so everyone can do it. Because after 250k, what does it matter? Everyone's just playing the play. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. Like, it's interesting, and this is what I think. I think this is what's changed. There's two things that have changed this season and why people aren't doing it. I think the first one is Dishwasher coming out. I think that just changed people's trajectories completely. But the second thing is actually what you guys are saying. When Curry dropped, he was the best card in the game. When Blake dropped, he was the best card in the game. When Wade dropped, he was the best card in the game.
For like 2 weeks though, because like the new season, it was just.
The thing is that you're right, but at least when he came out, he was the best card in the game. The problem we've got now is people are going to argue right now if Kawhi's the best card in the game. People are Dishwasher's better than him. LeBron's got that argument. T-Mac's got that argument. We're already 3 weeks away from Kawhi. So
Anthony Davis, like somebody not even in his position, is arguably like the season 40 level 40 should be the best card. Like you're putting in the most time, I should have the best card.
That's where it's up to 2K. It's what are they going to update? And if they update their card quite a bit, it's going to be the best card. And then that's all up. No one actually knows. That's what everyone assumes because of what they're releasing. But you never know.
How much can they update it? Like, look at the cards we've got, right? You've got LeBron, you've got T-Mac, we've got this Melo now. We've got some seriously OP. We've literally been discussing this end game cards, right? That's what we're looking at now.
Yeah.
That you can add badges to, and you can basically turn them into dark matter cards. What can they physically do with that Kawhi card?
I feel like
Hall of Fame badges.
I feel like either a few more Hoff badges, and then I also feel like his player build is honestly elite. Like it's crazy. But then also they are gonna add, like you have to, I don't know what, like he'd have to have all the best dribble sigs pretty much, and they can update that easy. And then
I think it does anyway, to be fair, right?
Yeah. And then all those defensive badges, they just. Yeah, they've got to do that OP with him.
Mate, we've got a Melo with clamps right now.
Yeah, come on. It's a glitch card.
This is what I mean. What could they do? I think they messed it up. I think that Dishwasher completely threw their plans out in terms of content. That was a disaster for them. Like whoever,
I think they could have waited till next season to do that. They could have dropped him next season. We'd have been fine.
Yeah. They just jumped there. They didn't realize how good that card was going to be when it dropped. That was a complete disaster for them. But there is a significant difference between the content now versus the XP reward than any other season. Like, there was not even a conversation that there was a card close to Curry, right?
Not even close for a very long time.
About Blake. There wasn't a conversation about Wade. I mean, who was the closest card to Wade when he came out?
I don't even know. I think Derrick Rose maybe came out that same season, but Wade came out. Like, Wade had more Hall of Fame badges, and Hall of Fame clamps is big for your guard, so... And I feel like they kind of they even sold Wade because they didn't give him a quick release. And everybody knows Wade with quick is like, come on now. They gave him a normal release. They knew what they was doing.
Yeah. The dark matter card will be popping off when that drops for
Wade. Oh, yeah, I'm using him 100%. He's going to be on my team.
Yeah.
I don't care what big the point guard is out. He's going to be on my team. Wade.
Yeah, I got to make some decisions, man. Like, I think Josh, me and you are we've got a similar mentality. And I think Jakel's on the other end of the spectrum, which is what makes this interesting, right? I've got to decide moving forward what I'm prepared to do, because I don't think anymore I'm prepared to do all of it. It's just too much time. XP unlimited and limited is too much. It is too much. They're asking for a 7-day commitment on XP agenda. They're asking for at least 2 days a week to do unlimited, and they're asking for us to be available every single weekend to get limited done. I just think it's unrealistic. So I've got to figure out what I'm going to prioritize. Unlimited is always going to be the priority for me. I think like that's going to be the most important game mode. XP, I don't know. I feel like I could spend a couple of days raising MT to get a card that's close to Kawhi. instead of grinding for 5 weeks nonstop.
Spotlights too. Like I'm like normally like last season I did the spotlights, and the season before that I did the spotlights. This year, like first of all, the spotlight reward last year was just terrible. Ray for Olsen was pretty decent, but Vlade Divac was a bad spotlight reward. They just kind of threw anything out there. Who else? This year I believe is Sean Marion.
Yeah, the season.
Do you know how do they know how terrible his release is? Like you could have gave us any other card, but you want to give us a card who's a great defender. Not even going to take that away from him. But a terrible, like, come on, nobody's going to want to use him. Like, at least make these grinds, like, rewarding. You know what I'm saying? Like, you remember last year you got Goat Kobe, rewarding. Cameron Reddish from Grinding Spotlight.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Larry
Kevin
Bird.
Porter Jr., rewarding. Like, they're not making it rewarding anymore.
Yeah.
Like, they up the content, but it's not rewarding. Like, you got to feel like the time you put in was worth it, man. And it's just not showing right now.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. Okay, guys, what we expecting this week, man? Content is going absolutely nuts. It is going nuts. It started with Dishwasher and then carried on with LeBron. And now we've got Amethyst, centers that are...
I'm expecting some crazy. Another quick thing about their Kawhi, I think what they will probably end up doing is making that a dark meta card.
They have to.
They have to update it. That'll make the casuals look at that card and be like, I need that card. You know what I mean? If it's a dark meta, they need dark meta.
And that's a problem.
Can't be a Galaxy Opal.
That's a problem in itself, because if they do release that card in beginning of February, where the hell do we go from there for the next 7 months?
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird. Something is off, man. I feel like this season just something got really weird with the kind of the content, like the way it's being upgraded.
Yeah, because I think it's hard. I think it's hard for them to like manage it all, because there is so much content. There's so much. There just needs to be more free cards. Put them out there, whether or not they're average, bad, good.
Yeah,
it's more like make it more like just rewarding. Like just I feel like your time should be rewarded. Like somebody like, and it's like with this whole vault thing is driving people crazy, because it's like they want a reason to not grind for Kawhi. And I feel like it's a part of the reason why they're making it so hard to get Terry, because it's like, if you get Terry, they're like, oh, I'm not grinding Kawhi. Like, I don't need him anymore. But it's like, all right, now if you don't get Terry, it's like, all right, now I might as well go get Kawhi. Like, it makes no sense to not get him. Like, I might as well get Kawhi. But
there's a quick tip, bro. Like, quick tip for anyone. There's the Terry and the Kawhi. If you don't get either of them, there is gonna be an alternative. I promise you.
Yeah.
There's
within a week.
Another,
within a week of him coming in.
Yeah. There's gonna be another Kawhi, another Terry. Like, don't stress about it. It's cool that you can get this Terry, but like, if you don't, and if that makes you think you need to go for Kawhi, nah, don't. Like, unless you're in 250k, I promise you do not need these cards. Like, that's where I will yell at 2K's faces that they need to let me actually go for 250k, because they are missing out on money. I would be dropping bags on this game if I could actually go for it. Like, damn well, I'd be buying packs. I would be grinding all these challenges that I have no business wanting to do, but I would do them. And like, I feel like there is multiple people, and especially in my country, in Australia, like there is dudes who can really compete, but we aren't allowed to compete. You know what I mean? So like, they're missing out on money like that. But
next year, I hope they open it. Next year, I hope they open. I would definitely love to see Jaquel compete. Like, I could definitely see you being a qualifier. I would love to see that.
You're playing in the tournament, right, Jaquel?
Yeah.
These are like run by our Discord. Yeah. I'm gonna use I was gonna use your account, Jazz, but then is what this dude on my stream who I've sweated against a few times. He's going for like Kawhi, and like I know his team, and he told me he's a bit of a he's a bit of a pull his credit card out. You know what I mean? He told me he pulls his credit card out. So I was like, credit card. Yeah, and I was like, hey, I like the sound of that account. So yeah, I'll probably be using that account. So.
Wait, is it that dude Gerard? Him?
Nah, Snore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, boy, he hooked me up yesterday. He let me do the mellow game.
He's a grinder, bro.
Yeah, I see he got all these cards, and he's level 32. I said, okay. 35. I'm like, okay, do your thing.
You want to know the craziest thing about that kid? Bro, he is amazing, bro. He used to do his main account as well. So he got both accounts to level 40. How about that?
Jeez.
Oh, he's a beast.
Mini Moss.
Oh,
he's a beast.
Yeah. Bro, shout out to him, bro. He's a legend. He's been in probably, I'm not even joking, like nearly my last 40 streams. He's there every time.
Yeah, he's dope, man.
Oh, it's him.
Shout out to him, bro.
What's his Twitch handle?
Jared Cleaver or something like that.
Cleverly, I think cleverly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he sent me a
Clever,
message
yeah.
last night. He literally just sent me a message on Facebook going, "Here's my login details. Go crazy." And that was
He's so dope, bro. He's so
He's
dope.
cool dude, bro.
what a
He's a
legend.
cool dude.
Yeah, let's predict a card, guys. I reckon we're getting a Giannis this week.
Ooh.
Giannis.
Yeah.
If they
I'll
drop
put money on it.
a
I'll put money on it.
freaking Giannis, bro, I don't know. I promise you, I will get MT. Don't worry about how, but I'm gonna get MT. And that's the least I can do. Like literally, I will get that. I will grind because I'm doing a 24-hour stream on Monday. I'm getting Antoine Jameson, but Giannis will be. I will. Yo, you see the way Giannis be in the lanes? Oh yeah, perfect for me.
He's
That's
gone.
mine. Hey, that's mine every time, bro. Now I'm getting everything. Everything.
Tell me a
My
time-
prediction.
tell
This
me a
is
time
my
in the
card
last
that
2
I want.
years where a Giannis hasn't been relevant. This is the first time
Oh.
in 2 years where we don't have a
Yeah.
relevant Giannis in the game.
Yeah. That ain't gonna last. That ain't gonna last because he was in last 250. I know for sure.
Yeah,
Oh, the pink
I've seen
diamond
the
one.
rosters. Yeah.
Has to be relevant.
My card that I want so bad is give us a pink diamond, Deron Williams, please.
Oh,
yeah.
Showtime dunks. Showtime
Give me an
dunks.
upgraded D-Woo because that D-Woo
He was a
that
beast.
was
He
actually
carried
the
me.
first card that competed with Steph Curry. That
Steph
Yeah, he
Curry,
was the
yeah.
closest thing to him.
A
Yeah.
He
badge
was the
out.
closest.
I used him too. Throughout when I was getting Wade, that grind to get Andre Iguodala. I think I didn't have Wade yet. No, I did get Wade like towards the second. No, like the first few tiers, Darren Williams was holding my team.
Yeah, he's a beast.
down. He was holding my team down. If we could get a pink diamond or maybe an opal, Darren Williams.
Yeah,
Oh man, with
yeah,
Showtime dunks. Oh man, he's on my team.
He's a contender
Again.
for fan favorites, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
He's up there, man.
Yeah, he's up there. All right, guys, I think we're done. We've covered everything and more. This is definitely the longest podcast we've ever done. Just a couple of things, just a bit of housekeeping. Like, if you check my last video, I'm doing a 200k VC giveaway because the channel's got to 500 subs, which is awesome in a very short space of time. So thank you for that. We appreciate that. Other than that, guys, what you got going on this week in content? Anything to look out for?
This weekend, like I said, I'm trying to really prepare my body to make sure I get some sleep.
You're doing a 24-hour stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
What
it.
are you doing?
I got to do it, man. Look, I need Antoine Jameson, and some people in the chat have been asking for it, so it's like it works out for both of us. I have a reason to stay up and actually grind that long. Hopefully, they stick with me like from beginning to end. And I'm just gonna say I'm gonna cheat the pot. I'm gonna keep the stream on, but I will definitely fall asleep. I'm not gonna sit here and stay for 24 hours. I just recline my chair. I'm gonna sleep, a couple hours, come back up, be right back into the stream. But yeah,
You know those stickers you get like to put over your eyes where they look like eyes, so it looks like you're awake when you're asleep.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll go like
some of
this.
Yeah. Just wear some glasses, bro. Just wear some glasses to be quicker.
I'll go like
Yeah.
this.
What are you doing, Chico, this week?
All I'm going to be doing is just carry on practicing on current gen. Try go for that Mikhail. And just
Again.
I'll be streaming it all. Like my streams have been popping lately, so
Yeah, it's flying, isn't it?
it's been awesome. Yeah.
Awesome, guys. These guys' descriptions are on the screen somewhere. They're the handles are in the description below as well. Please go follow them. Go show them some love. Join the Twitch streams and all of that stuff. And if you want to sub to me, it's down there somewhere. Guys, until next time. Thanks for watching.
Peace, y'all.